You are talking with someone every day, but somehow you still feel empty. You still feel this gap. You still feel this distance between you and them. There's no real connection. There's no in-depth love, no feeling. And let me tell you, the scary part is even that you don't even know what you're doing wrongly. You don't know what is that thing you're doing that is not making you flow with this person. You don't know how to go about it. Okay? Let me show you why your talking stage isn't turning into something real. I hope you're ready. And I'm going to be telling you how to actually create emotional connection from talking stage. It is the level of emotional connection during the talking stage that determines what you're going to be doing after the talking stage. Some of you don't go beyond the talking stage because there is nothing to go for. All right, most people think emotional connection comes from talking more, texting more, chatting more, calling more. Have you eaten? Have you woken up? Have you slept? Have you taken your bath? More good morning, more whatever. That's not what is going to make your talking stage grow to the next level. And that's not connection, that's just activity, like you're just doing activities. Connection is not about how often you talk, it is about how deeply you feel with each other, how deeply connected you are, how deeply knitted you are. And believe you me, you can build connection with anybody. Just give it the attention it needs. A lot of us are carried away by the butterfly feelings. What we call connection is not connection. I will be talking about butterfly feelings sometime soon. Now, the biggest mistake people make in the talking stage is performing instead of revealing. You're trying to impress the other person. You're trying to say the right things. You're trying to look perfect. So the other person never actually meets you in person. They never actually know who you are. They meet you edited. A lot of you are edited version of yourself when it comes to talking stage. And guess what? Nobody connects deeply with perfection. Read my lips. Nobody connects deeply with perfection. People connect with what feels real. That is the truth. What feels real? Have you seen some of those people doing skits? The most ridiculous skits ever is what gets more views. The ones that you feel like, what's this? Like I've seen some skits on Facebook and I'm like, come on, like how on earth? Those are the ones making the more money. If you're always saying what sounds good instead of what is true, you're building attraction. You're just building attraction. And yes, but that means you're not building connection. You can build attraction. Someone can feel like, I like the way she talks. I like the way he talks. I like the way he carries himself. I like his courage. I like his whatever. But are they really fully knitted into you? Are they growing into you? Are they connected to you? Now, I'm going to be telling you what emotional connection really is. See, emotional connection is simple. Um, those that most people actually do not pay attention to it. They try to avoid it. Emotional connection is built on three things. On three things. Number one is honesty. Number two is vulnerability. And number two. Number one, honesty. Number two, vulnerability. And number three is timing. So, not oversharing, actually. I'm not talking about you oversharing and not dumping your life story in one night. But small, intentional truths will not hurt. Small, intentional truths goes a long way. Like saying, for example, I actually get quiet when I like someone. I don't always know what to say. Mm, you can start with that just to bring more conversation. Or I don't like pretending. I prefer real conversations, even if they are a bit uncomfortable. Okay, those are the moments people remember. Like they'll remember you for what you truly say honestly. because it will look like access. Like there are little information you give about yourself that brings access to your inner circle as a person. And let me tell you the truth, access creates attachments. Access, when you give people access to your life by being honest, by saying things that actually matters to you the most, that ordinarily you wouldn't have told anyone, it brings access. And one thing nobody tells you is this: talking too much can actually kill emotional connection. If everything is always available, nothing feels special, then the other person will have no reason getting attached, because nobody wants to get attached to an empty vessel. So if you're always texting, that means there's no space to miss you, no space to think about you. And connection grows in space. Yes, it is that little gap. When we have enough of ourselves, we have enough of our talk, we discuss, we had enough time, and then there's a little gap, a little time to miss you, not just ordinary conversation. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is not reply immediately. Like, I'm not teaching you bad thing, but try it and see. I'm not saying you should be playing games, but let the moment breathe. Let the moment breathe. That's the secret. You know, now I know talking stage you're trying to impress, you're trying to actually, show that you're available. Sometimes creates artificial scarcity. Yeah, even if you're overly available, you're always there. Sometimes just be a little bit, you know. Now you need to learn to create emotional tension. This is where it gets interesting. Emotional connection is not just comfort, it's also tension. Are you there? Are you confused? Yeah. You are warm, then a little distant. Open, then a little reserved. I'm not talking about those who bring confusion. Just unpredictable enough to be interesting. Have you not watched soap opera? Like when I used to watch Z-World, you can easily predict. There are some American films I've watched, especially romantic films, that kept me on my toes. Like me, I don't really like wasting time watching films. But there are some of these films that, yes, I knew that, or more it's tough. Because human beings are wired to value what feels just out of reach. If everything is too easy, it becomes ordinary. And ordinary doesn't create attachments. It's just the normal. That's why your talking stages ended the way they did. They see you finish, like see finish was on premium. You were too available, you were too there, like there. And at the end of the day, you discover that people fall for how often you text them. I mean, people don't fall for how often you text them. They fall for how you make them feel. So someone might complain, I don't like this on and off. Yeah, of course, I don't enjoy on and off either. But you need to be systematic and strategic about it. If you're in a relationship, do you feel seen? Do you feel understood? Do they feel something different with you? Then you need to pause and think about it. If all these are available, if all your conversations feels like every other conversations they've had, you will be replaceable. But if you feel seen, you feel understood, you feel valued, then every other thing is secondary. You can manage every other thing. You can manage the tension. You can manage the. Of course, when you understand this principle, Seb, and you see that your talking stage is a little bit withdrawn, ask him, oh, I understand the game. I know what you're doing. Okay, and then you can just reciprocate. If they don't feel you, they won't choose you. That's the truth. And no matter how consistent you are, no matter how available you are, attention gets interest. Do you get? Attention gets interest, but emotional connection gets commitment. So they can get your attention for 2 days, for 3 weeks, for 2 weeks. Yes, they are there.